Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from Ringside Collectibles, we are featuring their exclusive Bell to Bell Road Warriors 2-pack. Alright, so today is January 16th, 2024. I believe these figures just came out maybe like 2 weeks ago. They're Ringside Collectibles exclusives, so if you want them, you have to go to the Ringside website. I'm a huge fan of the Road Warriors. They were my favorite tag team growing up as a kid. When I was younger, like when I was like in the 3rd and 4th grade, I was like addicted to like pro wrestling. I'd buy even like the magazines, like Pro Wrestling Illustrated from like my local 7-Eleven. And I remember being introduced to the Road Warriors first through the magazines. It wasn't until maybe like late 85 or 86 that through syndication I finally got NWA wrestling on television, and I was exposed to the Road Warriors in that and also in the AWA. I was always fascinated by them. For one, they were always billed as being from Chicago, and since I'm from the Chicago area, I was always on board with them. It wasn't until much later that I learned that they weren't from Chicago. That was just part of their gimmick. They're originally from Minnesota, much like 75% of the wrestlers from the 80s. It's crazy that in this day and age, we're getting new Road Warrior action figures. For me, I thought this was something that would never happen again, just because, they're both past, and I believe Road Warrior Animal was part of that class action lawsuit against the WWE. And I think because of that, that prevented him from getting any new action figures through the WWE and through Mattel. So for me, in this day and age, to get new action figures of Hawk and Animal, I think is amazing. This type of form factor is inspired by the original Remco toys from the early 80s, which I do have. If you go to my back catalog, I think I have a video on the original Road Warrior figures produced by Remco. But these are nice. These capture the much more iconic look from the 90s when the Road Warriors were in the WWF and they were known as the Legion of Doom. They're wearing their trademark red and black shoulder pads. The artwork on the cards, really nice as well. You have both Road Warriors with their evergreen makeup designs. I love the Bell to Bell logo, and the card back's nice. It's a nice throwback to the older figures from back in the day. I actually grew up on the old AWA Remco figures. I remember one Christmas my mom got them for me, which was odd because I think I was into wrestling, but it was just weird because at the time I think I was more into like toys like the Transformers, but I think she got those for me because maybe they were like clearance at a shop during the holiday season. And it was cool because I got the Road Warriors, I also got the Long Riders and some other AWA figs. On the back, this is very much inspired by that classic WWF promo photo of Hawk and Animal. I'm not going to read through all this. I'm losing my voice. So feel free to pause it. And this, if you want to read about the Road Warriors, go ahead. I thought it was kind of interesting down here. Warning, not suitable for children under 36 months. I don't understand why they can't just say not suitable for kids under 3 years. It seems like if you have a baby and you give your baby these toys to play with, you deserve whatever you get. Let's get started. And yes, I did buy a second one to keep mint on card because I'm a huge Road Warrior fan and I just want to preserve mint in box Road Warrior figures for my collection. Because I do have some of the other Road Warrior figures from the last few years, mint in box, and they're worth like crazy prices. Like I have the Legend series Mattel figures with the Road Warriors in the black gear. I have the second release in the red and black gear, and then also have the Jakks Ruthless Aggression style classic figures, which I think is like maybe like $300 on the collector's market. Right, so we have Hawk on our left, Animal on our right. The body designs very much in line with like the 80s Masters of the Universe figures, which were very popular at the time. They look great. The quality of the plastic feels nice. If you've handled any of Ringside Collectibles other figures in this form style, like the Major Pod figures, you'll be very much at home with these. The quality feels very much the same. The only thing that bothers me with these figures is that I kind of feel like the heads are too large. I get it, you know, they're trying to recreate the 80s figures, but I think even back in the day, the heads weren't as oversized as these. I think they're a little bit more proportional. Even though this captures the 90s look of how the Road Warriors were in the WWF, instead of saying Legion of Doom, it says the Road Warriors. I would love it if they made a New Japan 2-pack that had Kensuke and the Hellraisers with Hawk and Power Warrior. I think that'd be amazing. Or better yet, give us the trios of Hawk, Animal, and Power Warrior. I think that'd be awesome. I know some fans aren't keen on Power Warrior and Kensuke, but I loved him. I thought he was great. And I have some like older VHS tapes and DVDs of the Road Warriors when they toured Japan that last time before Hawk passed away. And it's cool seeing them do 6-man matches with Power Warrior. But these are fantastic looking figures. The shoulder pads are made of a nice material. In some ways, these feel better than the old Jakks shoulder pads, and I'm kind of wondering if these are compatible. The Jakks shoulder pads, unfortunately, the plastic quality, it will melt over time. I had them on my Hawk and Animal figures, and I remember one day I went to go take them off, and they were melting the actual plastic on the figures. I don't think that shouldn't be the case with these because they feel like they're made of a slightly different rubbery material, but I could be wrong. But they're nicely done. The detailing on the laces and the spikes, well, you know, they're cleanly sculpted. I love the fact that it's not just a single piece. If you can see here, these upper shoulder plates are actually attached onto this. So that's a really nice detail right there. They're identical. Maybe we'll be lucky and maybe they might give us repaints of LOD 2000. Who knows? But the figures, you know, they look great. Hawk, here he is with his tongue out, as always. And then he has the reverse mohawk. Animal looks awesome as well. My only complaint with him is that he doesn't have the webbing underneath the spider like he would often do on his makeup. I kind of wish they'd give him a slightly chubbier body because, you know, Hawk was more of the ripped one. Animal was a little bit more on the heavier side. But yeah, great looking figures. The articulation is very basic. You know, their heads move, arms move. If you've handled like the old Remco figures or like the old Masters of the Universe figures from back in the day, you know, the articulation is very similar. But I do appreciate the fact that the hip and leg articulation's updated. You know, it's very different, a little bit more advanced than the older figures from back in the day. And the painting is very clean. You know, the graphic work on the tights are nice, as is the typography on the waistband. It's very clean. So overall, fantastic figures. A little bit on the pricey side, but, you know, considering what you're getting in this day and age, and to be getting new Road Warrior products is just awesome. I know there's some other companies out there that are doing Road Warrior figures, but I don't know. These are just fantastic. Overall, well worth the purchase. If you're a Road Warrior fan, a Remco fan, or just a wrestling fan in general, pick these up. All right, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.